Hello and welcome to my channel. So I just wanted to start by saying a little bit about what my aims are for this channel and my background of experience, knowledge and my current work role which applies to this channel. So the aim for this channel is to help people with their mental health, and I'm hoping to give you advice, guidance and tips from my own experience of how I combated my own mental health, and hopefully can help you with yours. So I just want to also add that I'm not a qualified therapist or psychologist. I am a wellbeing practitioner and I assess people's situations when they go to the GP and basically give them the right self-help tools and signpost and refer them to services which are locally available here in the UK. I live in Wales, in South Wales, and if you also live in South Wales, I can appoint you to available services. But I just want to say that, no disrespect to GPs themselves, but the whole NHS service, generally when we go to a GP, we get given either medication or counselling, and that's pretty much it. So it's so nice to see our cluster area actually has mental health hub, which is specifically for various types of services where you can actually get real help for this type of stuff. So that's one amazing thing that I really want to just say that I'm so grateful for. And to move on to what we're actually talking about today is how to combat your mental health. So if you are ready to combat your mental health, I would advise doing these things. So first of all, you need to ask yourself, are you ready? Are you actually ready to start your mental health journey? If you've had very recent trauma, I would give it a few months to give yourself time to even just come out of the shock and process, for your nervous system to calm down. Because when we have trauma, the part of our brain in which analyzes, reflects, rationalizes, and can actually think tactfully and in depth, that part of the brain actually shuts down when we have trauma or stress, which only leaves our fight or flight brain, which is when our cortisol levels are high. Cortisol, the stress hormone, and we can only think about survival things. Our brain can play tricks on us to keep us safe, because the only paramount thing, the only important thing at that time is keeping us safe. So that isn't going to help you if you're trying to change the pattern. It's just going to keep you there, keep you safe, keep you doing what you've always done, which will not promote change. So that is the first thing. If you are ready and you've calmed down, you're ready to process, you're in a place where you can reflect and really think about what's going on for you, I would say the first thing you need to do is meditate, get yourself grounded. So I will go into a video with what all these different things mean in separate videos. Otherwise this video is going to be really long and I don't want to create too long videos for you. But the first thing would be get yourself grounded, meditate, journal to identify what's going on. Then when you've journaled, find your triggers. I will go into what triggers are in another video as well. Find your triggers. Once you know what your triggers are, you can kind of preempt them in your outside world of what could be triggering you, and you can manage that, prepare yourself. And you can also develop patterns from that and reframe that experience for you, which is really important. If we want to change our anxiety, change our stress response to something, then that's so important to do. We need to reframe that experience in our body and not react with the trigger response, which would be stress, anxiety, fear, panic, things like that basically. So that would be the next thing. Moving on to the positive things. So if you are a creative person, you want a creative outlet regularly. So for me, I really need to express my voice, my creativity. That's how I get my feelings out into something when I don't feel like talking to somebody and I've got all this pumped up energy. That's really important for me. If you're a physical person, maybe doing that through a sport or doing it through exercise of some sort or going out into nature. So they are the things that I would recommend doing. There's a lot of stigma in the world, especially for men or masculine environments. And when I say masculine, you don't have to be a man. That could be a trait that has been instilled onto you, where you've got to be the go-getter, you've got to crack on, you've got to do what you need to do and push your feelings down and don't be emotional, don't be vulnerable. That's what we get told. We've got to work, we've got to go to school or college or university, we've got to pay bills. Just forget about that, carry on. I know, to add to that, we are so busy as well and we get caught up in just day to day. We don't have that self-care and we don't have that time to actually reflect. It's so important to make that time. I just wanted to do a little summary video to start, and then I'll go into the details on the next video. So I hope that is helpful